Hello YouTube land, this is April over at the Resellers Learning Curve. I have to slow down when I say that so I don't bungle it like I did in the last video. So I have a number of different topics that I wanted to talk about in this video, and right now in my head it's just kind of all a jumble. So I'm going to share a few things with you guys that I think you'll find useful, or I hope that you'll find useful. And I'm going to tell you all the reasons why I absolutely do not have it all figured out. Okay, number one, the big box in the back seat. What do I have going on there? I always have something going on with a big box in my car. This is a printer that I ordered from eBay that I am going to sell Amazon FBA. My profit margin is probably 200% on this printer. So that's what's going on in the back seat. Is a huge printer. It's one of these massive all-in-one fax, copy, clean your kitchen, brush your kids' hair type printers. So I like those, especially the discontinued models that you can't get anymore. Those are going to be super valuable, because with any old technology, you have people that get used to this technology and they just don't want to change for whatever reason. They feel the newer stuff is inferior and they want to have no parts of it. It's almost the same thing as with the Space Maker under cabinet can openers. Now, just so you know, Black & Decker still makes the Space Maker can opener. You can get one for 30 bucks. But guess what? Nobody wants those. Nobody wants those. So if you're lucky enough to find one of the old school joints, the big white ones, I think all the new ones might, well, I'm sure they have white, but the big clunky under cabinet new in box can openers, I've sold those for 200 bucks. I want to say over 200 bucks, but I know for a fact that I've gotten at least 200 bucks for those can openers. One of them on eBay, I mean, I even got 80 bucks for one on eBay. And you'll find them a lot of times new, because it's not something that nobody ever finds. Like, I see them posted in groups all the time. So you can find those. But the other reason that I wanted to shoot this video today is, as most of you know, I had a birthday yesterday. Yay, happy birthday to me. In case anybody's wondering, I'm 37. I'm not ashamed of that. I think I look pretty good for 37. So I had my birthday, and here's the funny thing. I had been watching my eBay total, like your lifetime cumulative total, which you can find under your account tab. If you look at your account in your seller dashboard, where it tells you your current status, if you're top rated, above average, all that stuff, at the bottom of that page is also going to tell you the total amount of items that you've sold on eBay over time. So I've sold, as of my birthday yesterday, $100,000 on eBay. And keep in mind, I started reselling just to be really honest, I actually started reselling and making profit on items mid-2014. So in 3 years on eBay, I've made $100,000, which I think is incredible. Wow. So in the work world, before my current job, which is completely different and structured completely different, but before my current job, any job that I would have, I was stuck in the $30,000 range, salary range. I don't think I've had many hourly jobs since I graduated from college. Most of them have been salary, but I was kind of stuck in that $30,000 to $35,000 salary range. Well, obviously, there's no point in me going back to a job for $30,000 when clearly I'm averaging about $30,000 on eBay. Now, if I had to take a wild guess, I'm going to say the bulk of that money I've made in the last 2 years, because 2014 was a year of learning for me. Of course, 2015 is the year where I walked away from my full-time job and decided to pursue reselling full-time. And of course, 2016 is the year that I actually decided full-time reselling really wasn't for me, and it had nothing to do with money. It had a lot more to do with what I need to make me feel fulfilled and what I need in order to occupy my time and what I need for structure in my life. It wasn't a money decision at all. And people ask me that all the time. In the comments, people have asked me. On Facebook, people have asked me. During the Reseller Stew, people have asked me. Shoot, I've been a guest on different shows, and people have asked me, why did you decide to go back to work? Well, there is structure to having a 9-to-5, and I'm the type of person that I don't do a great job of managing myself and managing my time, so I need structure. I'm working towards filling my life with different aspects of my business and then structuring my business in such a way that I can be full-time self-employed, but right now I'm just not there. I'm just not there. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, along with the fact that I've made $100,000 on eBay, is the change over time, the progression of how I've grown as a reseller. Last year was a tough year for me. Number one, in 2015, I had the help of a full-time listing employee. I actually had someone who works for me and who helped me take pictures and measurements and get listings done. So I was able to grow in 2015. 2016, there was no growth for me. I was able to source in my spare time when I wasn't working at my full-time job, which is quite frankly pretty rarely, because my full-time job is 40 hours plus a week. I'm always on call 24/7. So 2016 was trying for me because I saw that my business wasn't growing. My Amazon business grew, but of course my Amazon business grew. I started my Amazon business in September of 2015. So there's no way that I wasn't going to do better on Amazon in 2016. But on eBay, which is my bread and butter, #1 platform, like just hands down the way that I earn my living, I was very stagnant. Now, what's impressive about that is I didn't go backwards. I didn't make a bunch less money, but I made about the same as I did in 2015. And that's because I took a full-time job. I didn't have anybody to help me list. I know during the month of August, which was really rough for me, because we are pulling super long days in August. That's our turn process, and we have 2 weeks to get all of our apartments ready. I didn't list a thing in August. I don't think I listed a thing all month in August. So August of 2016 is the worst month I can recall off the top of my head in my reselling career. And in that month, I think I made I sold $1,900 gross on eBay. So I probably made nothing, hundreds of dollars, hundreds. After, costs, storage unit, expenses, I didn't make much money in August. But I also wasn't able to list. So here's my plan, just so you guys know. As of right now, I am training 3 separate people to help me list. And they're all local. I've brought on a virtual assistant who isn't local, but she is going to be gathering the information from the 3 people that I have locally who are going to do the pictures and the measurements. And she's going to actually compose the eBay listings. And her job is going to be loosely tied to my nanny, who now is more of an personal assistant. But she does all the shipping and the inventory management for my storage unit. So my virtual assistant, is going to be working with my nanny to make sure that the inventory stays properly accounted for. And then in the background, I hope to have 3 people listing for me. So my plan is to try to gross on eBay this year $50,000. Now, can I do better than that? Absolutely. I believe that I can. But I think I made some pretty ambitious goals going into 2016. And quite frankly, I ain't come nowhere near those goals. Except for the big one. I had one big goal. I just forgot about this. I had one big goal. And my big goal was that I personally wanted to gross, for the first time in my life, over $100,000 in a year. And I was able to do that. And like I just told you, at least 30 of that was on eBay. And then you throw in Amazon, and then you throw in my salary from my full-time job, and I actually ended up right around $104,000 gross last year. But the bulk of that, 2/3 of that, is my online business. And 2/3 of my online business is eBay. So I have a plan in place. I have a plan in my mind to grow my eBay business, and I'll certainly keep you guys updated on that if you want updates on that. If that's something that you're interested in hearing about, if you feel completely overwhelmed by your death piles and you're like, you know what, this reselling thing would be really cool if I had somebody to help me list, and you want to talk about that process, and you want to get advice or tips, or if you want to give me advice or tips, because I can always use those, that'll be fine. Just leave it in the comments, and you guys know I always try to get back to everybody. Other than that, that's all I have today. I hope you found some value in this video. I know it was a little bit rambly with me being all over the place, but I hope you found some value in it. And on that note, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a very, very restful and profitable weekend. If you're out there hustling, garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, and you find some awesome stuff, and you happen to be in my Facebook group. What's the Facebook group? The Facebook group is the Resellers Learning Curve. If you're in the Resellers Learning Curve Facebook group and you want to share your finds, man, we love to talk about that stuff over there. It's a learning group. That's what we do. We discuss. We try to make each other better. We have listing challenges. We push each other. We give advice. So you're welcome to join. Send a request to join, and we'll get on that. But on that note, have a good weekend, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.